Hello Channel viewers, I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. So we have done a few TE versus TI episodes, and this episode we're going to talk about TI again. So one viewer told me that she had a very intellectual conversation with a new date. She knows for sure that this is a thinking type. However, she cannot pinpoint whether this date has TE or TI. We have already done a few TE versus TI episodes. So in this episode, we're going to discuss TI with a psychological slant. Very generically, TE is the ability to think along multiple tracks at the same time, while TI tends to be very narrow and focused. So TE has width, while TI has depth. All TE users, regardless of whether you are a TE DOM or a TE auxiliary, must have either NI or SI. So these functions help the TE user to zoom in. On the other hand, TI is already a function that zooms straight in, so TI tends to go straight into depth. So in this regard, TI can be very narrow. Once a TI user has decided on a particular theory or a solution, they will go straight down into it, totally blocking off all other possibilities. And for this reason, TI users are definitely more prone to committing fallacies. So what are fallacies? Fallacies are mistaken beliefs that one commits due to unsound argument. So based on my personal observation, TI users are much more prone to committing fallacies. So if you want to identify whether someone is a TE user or a TI user, then watch out for fallacies. So there are a lot of fallacies. One fallacy that many people would be aware of, especially in Singapore, is the bandwagon fallacy. Even though you might not know this fallacy by name, you should know it when you hear it. What is this fallacy? So the bandwagon fallacy is very simple. If a lot of people are doing something or chasing after something, then this something must be good.
Hawker center long queue, everybody long food must be good. Come on, Malay all going queue.
So a person who commits the bandwagon fallacy is likely to believe that if a food store has got a long queue, then this food store must sell very delicious food.
And then go there, ask, what are you selling? The guy, kway chap.
Personally, as an ENTJ, if there is a long queue, I will not even bother to wait because it's so inefficient. So personally, I have also asked a few TE users, they do not queue. So another scenario where you probably can also relate with is the traffic accident. So sometimes the traffic can go very slow because an accident has happened somewhere along the road. People want to see, people want to look. For the ENTJ, I never look. I don't want to know what the car plate number is, so I'm not bothered also by what happened in the accident. In other words, as an ENTJ, I am not a busybody. Anyway, ENTJs are very unlikely to be gossipers. So I've also asked a lot of other MBTI types. Are you the type who would queue if you see a long queue? Many of the MBTI types who said they would are actually FE and TI users. But FE and TI already form a cognitive pair, so it's not surprising. Another common fallacy that I'm going to talk about here is the black and white fallacy. This is very simple to understand. If something is not black, then it must be white. If you think this way, then you are always committing the black and white fallacy. Unfortunately, a lot of TI users, especially the TI DOMs, I always hear them commit this in their conversation. For example, they can tell you, if theory A is wrong, then theory B must be correct. Why can't both be correct at the same time? People who commit the black and white fallacies tend to see the world either as black or white. They tend to look at things in a very binary way. Like for example, if I'm not going to heaven, then I must go to hell. There are no other options. A TE user will always think of other different possibilities. You could become a ghost, neither hell, neither heaven. It is possible that our parents have actually gave us this mentality. They used to tell us things like, if you are not being good, then you are bad. So maybe through upbringing, we got to understand that it is either black or white in this real world. However, as explained in my ENTJ child episode, I had TI parents and I totally did not believe in this kind of logic. So personally, in my entire circle of relatives and some friends, I have a lot of TI individuals amongst them, and I see them use this black and white logic a lot. It's actually a fallacy. It's very irritating because they think in such a way like, if I win, then you lose. Why can't both win at the same time? So actually, if you are trained in this, you can tell if a person uses this black and white fallacy a lot quite easily. This is because people who use the black and white fallacy tend to think in binaries, opposites. Like, if this is not a strength, then it must be a weakness. So as you can see today, I am actually at MBS. MBS is very kind enough to give me a complimentary room where I have decided to do some recording, but I'm actually facing the sun, so I'm squinting as I am filming this. I hope to do one more at night so that you can see the night scene in my hotel room, but I am not too sure whether it will turn out well. Anyway, so talking about MBS, a lot of the Singaporean friends that I have say that they will not visit the casino because if they visit the casino at MBS, they have to pay $150 for the levy to go into the casino in Singapore. So all Singaporeans have to pay this levy in order to go into the casino. For foreigners, it's free. So these people say that haven't even gambled already, lose $150. So if you think about it carefully, it is actually a black and white fallacy because they think of it only as a profit or loss. Why can't you think of it other ways? Like for example, if you need to gamble, you have to go to the cruise or you have to go to Genting Highlands, which is the nearest one. For example, if you want to gamble legally at a casino, you need to travel, right? You need to pay for the transport. You need time. So think of it this way, that the $150 is to buy time. Even if you do not want to think of it as giving it to the government. Why must you think of it as a straight loss? So this is clearly a black and white logic. TI users are very prone to committing this logic because I have a lot of INTP friends who tell friends I have a lot of INTPs telling me that, oh, I don't want to go in because haven't go in already lose money. So now you see it's actually very easy to recognize TE and TI users from what they speak and what they say. Also, you have to be very careful with people who commit the black and white fallacies and those who are very religious because they believe that there is only one God. It's either their God or you die. Since we have touched on this point, very curiously, I have actually realized that many of the INTJs that I know, including myself as an ENTJ, we are not very religiously inclined, as in we don't have a particular specific religion. Could be a TE thing, keeping the options open, accepting that there are many gods or many possibilities at the same time. This is different from NE, okay, because NE is testing out different ideas. TE is understanding that there are a lot of different possibilities in the knowledge of the universe. Okay, now it's about 4 to 5 PM. I hope that the lighting of the room has not affected the quality of the video. If you have enjoyed the content of this video, do give us a like and to comment as well. And if you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing to our channel so that we can bring you more psychology and MBTI. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye!